Hi, I'm Nick Mills, and I teach journalism. I teach graduate level journalism and undergraduate journalism. I started out in radio when I was 14 years old, doing news and other things. That was up in Rockland, Maine, at a little tiny radio station that hardly left the building, but it was still radio, right? And then I actually came to school here at the College of Communication, which was not called COM in those days. But I studied broadcasting and film. Then I went into the Peace Corps, and then I went into the Army, and all the while stayed in communication. And when I came back to Boston after 5 years away, I went right back into news, into radio news. And I spent many a long year doing radio news in Boston and New York. And in the midst of that, somewhere along the line, I was asked to come over here and teach, and I stayed. They couldn't get rid of me after that. I was a combat cameraman in Vietnam. I was actually an officer in charge of a combat photo team, and that later led to a book called Combat Photographer. But the most fun recently was when I was in Afghanistan meeting with President Hamid Karzai and gathering information for a book that I did on him. And that was a very satisfying piece of work, to sit with him night after night and get his stories and then make it into a book. The stories are everywhere. You have to read, you have to watch, you have to listen. Stories are everywhere. And I tell students, don't look for the big story that's going to bust this town wide open. I look for the little story. Look down, not up, and see what's going on the streets. Talk to people, read everything you can get your hands on, and story ideas should, anyway, come to you.